The thin horn sheep is one of two sheep species native to the North American continent and is one of the most unique overall in appearance, which can vary from entirely white to a darker brown, and has been the subject of recent study. There was previously thought to be 3 to 4 types of sheep within this range, including dar sheep, which is entirely white and found to the northwest of the range, stone sheep, which is found to the south and exhibits a darker coloration, and fanon sheep, which has recently been shown to be a hybrid of the two rather than a distinct subspecies. Thin horn sheep are highly sexually dimorphic, both in Cs, which can be up to doubly the body weight in males who weigh up to 250 lb, and in the shape of the horns, females have thinner horns which are straighter, whereas those of the males are much larger and curled. These horns grow only in the spring, summer, and fall, a cycle that results in rings called anem, which can be used to determine the age of the sheep. These alpine-loving animals are classified as migratory, with most individuals occupying distinct summer and winter ranges. One of the most popular places to see this species is Sheep Mountain, found on the edge of Quaney National Park in the Yukon, which is also home to grizzly bears, boreal owls, and many other incredible species. The thin horn sheep has a distinct range from the second North American species, found to the south between Canada, the US, and Mexico. The bighorn sheep is arguably the most well-known of the sheep species. It is slightly larger than the thin horn sheep, weighing up to 280 lb, and can be further categorized into 3 subspecies. The Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep occupies the northern portion of their range and is the vincial mammal of Alberta. In addition to the state animal of Colorado, the desert bighorn sheep, found to the south of their range between several U.S. states and Mexico, including Zion National Park in Utah, where this footage is taken, and finally the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep, found only in California's Sierra Nevada mountain range, and is the rarest of the 3, with an estimated population of just 360 individuals. As of 2023, bighorn sheep breed on a year basis, which occurs most often in the fall, but can be as early as July or as late as December. In desert, bighorn sheep rutting season sees males competing for mating rights, using their horns to headbutt each other to assert dominance, a battle that can last for many hours. Gestation in all sheep species is around 5 to 6 months, and most often give birth to a single offspring in the spring on ledges, away from predators, which can include mountain lions, coyotes, and wolves. Having explored both species on the North American continent, to continue our journey, we must travel across the Atlantic and into Africa to visit our first controversial species. The AAD, also known as the Barbary sheep, is the only wild sheep species found in Africa and is one of 2 species we'll explore in this video, found outside of the genus Oes. The inclusion of this species is somewhat controversial, as some sources claim it is inappropriately named and is more closely related to the goats of the Capra genus, whose members we'll explore in a future video. The AAD has a distinctive appearance, exhibiting long hair around the chest and neck, which is known as its ventral man. It is found natively in the mountains of North Africa, where they are well adapted to the arid environment and is most active during the cooler parts of the day. At dusk and dawn, this species exhibits some of the lowest population numbers of all sheep species, and its native range with an estimated 5 to 10,000 mature individuals remaining in the wild, and is one of 2 species with a conservation status of vulnerable. However, the AAD has now been introduced to areas in Europe and the United States, where it is now becoming a problem, particularly in Texas. This species is larger than the bighorn, weighing up to 320, and local authorities such as the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department are now making efforts to control the species, which competes not only with the bighorn but with other species, such as the mule deer, for the same. When they split their time between grazing and resting despite being well camouflaged for the environment. This species has the unfortunate distinction of being one of the primary prey species of the snow leopard. As such, they are often found next to cliffs, which are more difficult for the snow leopard to traverse. The Tibetan Plateau is home to one other wild sheep species and marks our return to the Oes genus, where we will remember M for the final 2 species. The Aralee, also known as the mountain sheep, is found found not only on the Tobin Plateau, but in a collection of areas north, each of which is home to a distinct subspecies, totaling 9, the largest number of any wild sheep. This large distribution includes a wide range of habitats, and these animals are often found higher in the alpine at elevations of up to 18,000 ft. The snow sheep is closely related to the bighorn and thinhorn sheep, and in fact is thought to be the ancestor of the North American sheep, which crossed the Bering Land Bridge hundreds of thousands of years ago as such. It is very similar in appearance and is also known as the Siberian bighorn sheep. This species is roughly the same size as the North American species, weighing up to 265 lb, and is preyed upon most often by wolves. Although their exact population is unknown, they are currently listed as least concern. There are currently 7 subspecies of snow sheep, most of which are located in eastern Siberia, with the exception of one found in the Pana Mountains of central Russia. One of these subspecies, the Kamamchakan snow sheep, is located on the Kamaka Peninsula, alongside one of the most incredible subspecies of brown bear, which you can learn about in this video. Exploring which country has the highest population of bears. Thank you so much for watching.